Welcome to another episode of Creating Cultures at Outperform. I'm Frank Wander. I'm here with my co-host, Terry Mays. Each week, we explore another factor on the human side of business because you are the product and a better you is a solution. So you come to this channel to learn new things about the human side of business. That helps you explore deeper into that side. It helps you learn. It helps you grow. People are the most important tool in every company. The more you know, the further you will go. So, Terry, quick intro.
Hello, I'm Terri Mays, a certified culture engineer with emphasis on helping companies bring out the best in their people.
And I'm Frank Wander. I'm from PeopleProductive. We help you create cultures where the time, talent, energy of your people is most effectively used so that you can create a culture that does, in fact, outperform. So today, we're doing another episode on our Belonging series. This is all about helping people put down roots. Go back to the beginning. This is episode 5. You'll find out what belonging is. You'll see how people begin to take root, and then you'll see what makes the roots grow deeper and stronger. Today, we're going to talk about how to create an even deeper sense of belonging. What happens next? And the topic is fun. Nothing is more important than actually having fun at work. If you want people to really feel they belong, then people who laugh together stay together. And it really is true. When people are having fun together, it means their guard has come down. They've loosened up. They really know each other enough to have fun. And fun makes work just great. It just creates a great work experience. It builds relationships. It deepens the roots. And it really creates an environment where people are going to have that deeper sense of belonging, which is what you want out of that. So as a leader, encourage people to have fun. It matters.
It does absolutely matter. Injecting humor into your meetings and using humor as a way to lighten the mood in the room. A lot of times meetings are kind of heavy and there's a lot to cover. We're usually trying to cover much more than we can actually handle in the time allotted. And people are just busy. They're distracted because they're in the meeting, but they're checking email and they're responding to text messages and they're trying to listen to what's happening in the meeting. And so people get distracted, and doing something funny or injecting humor in the middle of the meeting brings everybody's attention back. So when people in the room start laughing, everybody's looking around that was doing something else. They're trying to figure out what was going on. And then now they're able to get in on the laughter, and it just lightens the mood for everybody. And it brings you back to this playful, creative space where you're able to spark some innovation. You're able to come up with much better ideas. Your thinking is clearer. It really relieves some stress that you may have been under. Not so a lot of us are under a lot of stress at work. And so you can't really just rely on one joke to get you there, but it at least helps along the path so that now you're not just stressed out in the meeting, but you have a time to just take a break, relax, laugh. Sometimes that's just the best medicine, is to just laugh and encourage each other to laugh, make funny jokes or share clean jokes at work. You don't want to get in trouble with HR, but share jokes. And, funny memes, there are all kinds of funny memes out there now. So icebreakers, anything, there are lots of things you can do to be creative and to inject a little bit of humor and fun into the workplace.
Yeah, and as a leader, you want to encourage people to have fun because, as Terry says, it is the human antidote to stress. Fun exists not just because people like to have fun, they need to have fun. That's why it evolved. It counteracts that stress, it brings people together. It's such a positive experience. And you want to really make sure that as a leader, people know you want to engage in having fun. So you have to lead the way. Try to be funny a little bit, try to find some funny jokes. You could try to encourage people to do fun things online. You can have the funniest hat contest. I mean, there are a million ideas online, and you can have people bring their best funny story, have them find the funniest YouTube video and share it at the meeting. There's just a ton of stuff. There's great comedy routines out there. And as we always say, this is appropriate fun. It's not at anyone's expense. We're not going to make fun of people and pick on someone just so everybody can have a laugh. That's not what we're talking about at all. We're talking about appropriate fun and setting a tone that fun is an important part of work. And you want to do that as a leader because then it will happen. You'll be surprised how funny some people are. Some people are just holding back. That part of themselves isn't shown at work. And you can hire for fun. If you have two great candidates and one of them seems funnier, go for it. Add some fun into the workplace because funny people do create a great element there, brings people together. So this is super important. This is really about creating a deep sense of belonging and make it happen as a leader. It's got to be fun, has to be a priority.
Yes, it so has to be a priority. You have to think about it because the stress of everyday work and what's happening in life and just in our world in general will cause you to get so focused that you forget about having fun. I know I'm like the biggest person. This is one of my biggest problems where I will just forget to have fun. And my husband has to remind me to smile and laugh and stop taking things so seriously. But
I
as
always have
a leader,
fun when you're around, Tara. I don't know about that.
yeah. Yeah, we tend to have a lot of fun when we're together. I think
Yeah.
we have a nice blend where we bounce up things off of each other.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I can
I
get
think it's fun.
very just heads down, get it done, and I'm focused on the work and I'm not thinking about anything else. I've just, got those periods where I'm just focused because I'm trying to get something done. But you don't want to stress yourself out that way. You do want to take some time to just have some fun, to laugh, even if that means take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, and look at some funny TikTok videos. Look at some funny videos on YouTube, just something to re energize you, take a break, walk away from it, come back to it. We've talked many times about the importance of taking breaks during the day. This is another way you can take a break is by just watching some
Good
silly
point. It
videos
is a break. It's a
and
fun break.
be energized. Yeah, take a fun break. Absolutely. Take a fun break. Go talk to somebody else, get up, go move away from your desk, take a quick walk and go find somebody, have a break. There are lots of ways you can have this fun break. But like Frank said, you don't want to do it at anybody's expense and you want to be mindful, right? So you don't want to try to interject fun into maybe a meeting where it's not appropriate. So if there's some kind of performance review meeting or something like that, you want to make sure you're not injecting fun in the wrong place. So you want to be
Good
sensitive
point.
to that and inject the fun at the right time, in the right place, in the right way. But yeah, some of those town hall meetings where all hands meetings where everybody is there, you've got this big room. As the leader, if you start with a joke, imagine how that makes people connect to you, how it makes people feel like, oh, he really or she really is human. They really do. They're really not just this stuffy person that we see around the office and we think that, our leaders are just so formal all the time. They like to have fun too. So show that fun side, humanize yourself. That's a great way to do it. It's by telling jokes or sharing a picture, asking for funny comments or jokes from the crowd. Like, do interject that into the meeting, and people will follow along as you lead.
Yeah, you set the tone. So as you do it, it becomes okay to do in the organization. You always want to be appropriate. So you're setting the right tone. But the fact of the matter is, even if you're not great, just try to do it because it's authentic. People are going to laugh even more. And it's a
Right.
funny thing about it. People are attracted to funny people. They love being around funny people because it's healthy. And people love laughing because that really helps remove cortisol from your blood that normally would be stressing you out. It is so, so important. Terry mentioned, the how it helps increase creativity, creative thought, lowers your blood pressure. It does a lot of very, very positive things in addition to bringing people together. So it
That's
is an incredibly good thing. Be conscious of it. Try to be a little funny. And you'll probably come off awkward if you're not funny at all, but that's okay. Because people get it, and they'll say, "Hey, it's okay to have fun here. That person's not that funny, but he tried. However, I think I could do better."
right.
Yeah.
So I love dad jokes. I love them. And
Oh,
I'm just like cracking up at the
corny too.
they are just like the corniest jokes, but that's what I like. And so if somebody throws out a dad joke, I'm going to be laughing. I'm probably the only one laughing, but it's hilarious to me. And so find those things like that where it's just, it may
Yeah.
be corny, it may be awkward, but it's okay because you're trying to lighten the mood. And either way, whether people laugh at the joke or they think the joke was the corniest thing they've ever heard in their life, they will at least have changed their train of thought and kind of shifted to something that's a lot lighter than what they were thinking about before. And that's the
Yeah.
goal. That's the whole point. So just make sure that you're trying, at least you're trying. And I can't say that I like dad jokes and not give you a dad joke. So here we go. And it is corny. I'm going to warn you in advance. So, one of my favorite dad jokes of all times. Ask me if I'm a tree.
Are you a tree?
No.
That is pretty stupid.
It is hilarious. So my son
Yeah.
told me this joke when he was probably like maybe like 8 or 9. He got into
Yeah.
dad jokes and he would have this little joke book and he would come in the room all excited to tell us the joke. And he came in and said, "Ask me if I'm a tree." We both looked at him and were like, "Are you a tree?" And he's like, "No." And he left the room. And it was the funniest thing ever. And
Yeah.
I don't know why that just cracked me up so, but it did.
Well, it's
So
so stupid. It is funny.
it's so stupid. It
Like,
is so stupid.
it is that
It's like a
stopping
knock-knock
suddenly
joke
and
without
leaving you
the
just,
punchline.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's those kinds of things where, it's funny. It may not be funny to anybody else, but they'll
yeah.
at least laugh and they'll think, man, she is so corny. Like that
I
is just
know.
the funniest thing.
Here's
And
an eight
so
or nine. Here's an 8 or 9 year old joke that is ancient. What happened when the butcher backed into the meat slicer?
what happened?
He got a little behind his work. It's so stupid, right? Oh,
Yes. So,
yeah,
I mean, we're
but
giving you
it's
some
funny. It is funny.
really bad examples, but you
These
get an
are terrible
idea.
examples, but they're funny. And even if it's bad and you're starting off with that, you're the leader. It's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay. Don't worry, man. There are funny people in your group. And,
Yes.
they've done studies on laughter. Laughter is social. Laughter is meant to happen when people are together. When they study laughter is 30 times more likely to occur when groups of people are together than when people are alone. It's very hard to get individuals to laugh alone. It's just part of togetherness. So it's so important in the workplace to inject this. And
Absolutely.
now the roots grow deeper and deeper. It has people fall more in love with their coworkers and being with them and enjoying that time. That's what gets people to stay in companies. So they've achieved that sense of belonging because people care about them. It's the feeling starts to emerge that, wow, maybe this is the place for me. They start to have their achievement needs met. So they're accomplishing something. They feel good. They're finding meaning in the work. All these things are additive. And finally, they really are deeply connected with people and they start to laugh together. And, next week we're going to cover another topic. It's the final episode on belonging. Definitely tune in. And we're going to really talk about all those things in the workplace that get in the way of work. And they're so frustrating and annoying that they too can make you like, this is just a mess, this place. And we'll talk about that and we'll cover it. And that is the final aspect of belonging because you got to remove those too. And this is about creating a great workplace. Belonging is an aspect of a great workplace. You want a place where people are motivated and able to give their best. That's what it's all about. You want to tap the full degree of organizational energy, laughter, and fun, change the mood of the workplace. They elevate organizational energy. They create more drive. They create that attachment to the place. You definitely need it. And you should be stressing that all the time because you are helping create a place with a deep sense of belonging. You're not going to be a casualty of the great resignation if you do this. You're going to have people that want to stay. There's always people whose achievement needs just can't be met fully where they are. They've got to move on, and that's okay. That's positive turnover, right? People do need to move up. Sometimes they leave your organization, go to another part of the company. Sometimes they leave the company. Sometimes they're relocating. You're not going to have zero turnover, but you're going to do great compared to what's going on out there because you could do better. This is about being conscious about it, having those stay interviews, talking to people about what they want, what would keep them here. Those things all matter. So you got to do all of it.
Yes,
Weave it into the routine.
absolutely. Marcella, will you bring our key takeaways? So I absolutely love this picture. I think
Oh, I love it.
this just describes some of the meetings that I've been in before
Yep.
where you're sitting there, you're thinking this entire meeting could have been an email. And I love it that the dog is on the table with his mouth open,
Oh,
like
yeah.
screaming.
Scolding the guy. What are you wasting my time for?
Yes, absolutely. But you don't want to do that to people. You don't want to have them in meetings where it really could have just been an email message. You want to take some time. And when you invite people to a meeting, make sure it's for a good reason, that there's a set agenda. And we'll talk a lot about that next week when we start talking about enablement and how you help people get the tools and the resources that they need. But you
Mhm.
do want to have some fun. So adding that icebreaker to the meeting is such a big thing that you can do, or a joke to help people relax and
Mm.
just kind of come into the room, make some connections with people. So the other thing that humor does is it helps you make connections. So even if you tell a bad joke, somebody will come up to you after the meeting and talk to you just because you told the bad joke, which
Yeah,
is ultimately what you want, is you want
very
people
true.
to feel
Very
like they
true.
can come and talk to you. So don't feel bad about it if it was a joke that nobody laughed at. Somebody's going to say something afterwards and you'll make connections that way.
Mhm.
But laughter really does drive engagement. It does. It absolutely keeps people engaged in the conversation.
Does.
It relaxes you. It slows your blood pressure, lowers your blood pressure, slows your heart rate, and all those things that help you get in a much better space. It's really the antidote to stress. So if you're working in a high stress job, you really do need to balance it out so that you don't give yourself a heart attack at an early age. Use fun as an
Yes.
antidote for that. Use fun to offset those cortisol hormones that are in your body that's really raising your stress level. Use this fun and humor as a way to just relax and take some breaks in the day. Encourage appropriate fun and humor amongst the staff. So you want people to feel like they can have inside jokes on a team, or they can encourage each other to have jokes, or just to make things fun and light, not to be so serious all the time. Make
Mhm.
sure it's appropriate. Of course, we've talked about this, doing things in the right way at the right time. So there's a time and place for everything. You don't want to be inappropriate with the fun, but you do want to have some fun. It's very important. And then laughter is a great aid to creative thought. So that innovative spark that
Yeah.
we all need. We're all going through digital transformation. You need something to help you be more innovative and creative, to think outside of the box. And fun is a great way to do that.
Yeah, and the exact mechanism, I don't know, but it's true. It is a way to spark more creativity. People are having fun and laughing, just come up with more ideas.
Right. You're relaxed. You're much more relaxed. So as adults, we lose that childlike
Mhm.
side of us because we're told, you're going into the workplace, you want to be professional, you don't want to bring your personal life to work with you. You're almost told that you should be a robot when you go to work. But really and truly, what happens is people come to work and they come to work with a set of baggage. that everybody is carrying their own set of baggage. And so as you're able to get with other people and relax and lighten, it lightens your load. So you get to think about something that's happier, that may be more energizing, than maybe if there's something happening in your personal life, or if there's a lot of stress on the job because you've got deadlines to meet. All of that really matters. And so you want to take that time to relax and to
Mhm.
allow people to get into that childlike creative space so that they're able to be more innovative, because you relax. Once you relax and you let your guard down, you're
Mhm.
able to think like a kid would. You're able to think freely, you feel comfortable because now you're in an environment where you belong, and you're able to throw out ideas. No idea is a bad idea when you're being in this creative space. You want to just throw it out, and you'll be surprised what you can come up with when you get into that childlike thought about it. So make sure you're encouraging people to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we can't say enough about fun. I mean, I love having fun. Do it all the time. Make sure you look at these key takeaways, look at all the values, benefits that you get out of this. And don't forget to join us each week at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. We're here, we're live, we cover very interesting topics. This is an education for sure. You can learn so much about the human side of business and life. You can apply this in so many different ways, and you'll go further by perfecting competency in this area. This is absolutely the way to lead. It's the way to be a great coworker. So it does end up creating a better you. There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
So we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye for now.
Take care.